Hello, and I'll get your name correctly this time. Kharisma?
Kharisma.
Kharisma. How's the team conference going for you?
It has been amazing. Barcelona is a beautiful place to be. So, of course, getting to come to Spain every year for the conference is great. One of the most amazing things so far is getting to hear what Atlassian is doing and what they're launching in terms of AI, Rovo, and how they're really thinking about bringing entire teams across an organization together to work more effectively and efficiently. We know that they've been on this path for some time, but I think we're at the inflection point where it's really coming together. So it's been amazing to hear that. And of course, getting to see our customers in person, getting to do some dinners, and really see how they're using the solutions that we provide them and help implement for them and see what they're doing
Yeah.
in their own
Well,
organization.
let's go a little deeper into that because we don't know where you work or what you do. So how does the benefit of what you just discussed complement what you do for your day job?
Absolutely. So, Kharisma Moraski, I am the VP of Sales and Success at ServiceRocket. I head up the global organization responsible for understanding our customers' challenges and really working with them to solve those challenges in a very effective way for their individual businesses. They use Atlassian solutions every day, and we try our best to make sure that we implement them in a way that helps them do their work at their company in their way the most effective we can.
And doesn't that add a lot of friction to the process when you're solutioning so uniquely?
I don't know that it's unique as much as the culture of how you solution each one is not necessarily as unique as the culture of
Um,
how you help them adopt and implement at each company. So it's less about trying to overly customize solutions for our customers. It's more about helping them understand how the tool comes today and how they, within their culture and how their ways of working, can implement it in the best way possible for them. So
mhm.
again, less about trying to heavily customize and make everything a unicorn, much more about listening to them and helping them learn, train, and adopt. There's a lot of great training, and you guys talk a lot about how Jira works on your podcast. So it's much more about listening to that and implementing in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And then so you bring on the team because it sounds like almost like these teams are newer to the Atlassian world.
Oh no, we work with companies that have had Atlassian for 20 something years and are making their transition from DC to cloud.
Okay.
We're working with customers that are brand new and launching cloud fresh. So it's really not about how long you've been in the ecosystem, but it's about us meeting you where you're at and helping you craft that vision for the future.
Now, so taking that existing customer base, Atlassian has stated they have over 300,000,
Yes.
but we can tell that the focus of Atlassian is for the next 300,000.
Mhm.
And so how is Service Rocket adapting or shifting to targeting the new folks that never had used the Atlassian tools before?
I don't know that we're specifically targeting net new customers. I think Atlassian does an amazing job at organic marketing and organic growth, and the tool just works and it's amazing. And so they naturally bring customers in. I think we focus very heavily on our existing customers. There's a lot of work that they need to continue to do. Once you get to the cloud platform, it's about continuous innovation. That's the beauty of cloud as you continue to evolve. So I don't know that we're targeting that new. What we really want to make sure is that we treat every customer very that we treat every customer well to the point that they've created their own center of excellence.
Okay. Yeah, that's great feedback. And then I'm assuming then you come in and kind of help them out. So you brought them in from data center to the cloud, but now we have this concept of system of work, a lot happening with Robo and AI. The service rocket go in and engage and say, here's how you get to those paths because that's the future.
Absolutely. So once the whole thing that needs to happen for the customer to really experience the best of Atlassian and really bring their organization together is to get to cloud. But once you get to cloud, there are so many things within your life cycle and within continuous innovation in which the agile framework that you need to continue to do to maximize that investment time over time over time because Atlassian continuously releases new innovation within their solution. So we focus very heavily on like, hey, once you get to cloud, what are your key business initiatives that impact your top line and bottom line revenue? And how can we attach to those top line initiatives, help you achieve them in the best way for your company and your company culture? So we talk a lot about how they want to think about governance moving forward, how they want to think about change management and adoption, how they want to think about backup strategies. All of those are things that as you move to the cloud, you have to be cognizant of. And then you dig deeper into the teamwork atmosphere of it. And you say, how can we continue to pull levers within your organizations to make you do your job better, faster, more efficiently? And
Better,
then
faster, cheaper.
better, faster, cheaper, not with less people necessarily. Let's redeploy those people to do the jobs they're really good at. And then the last thing is, as you're thinking about doing all of this, what are all these other tools that you have in your organization, and do you really need them? Can we help you rationalize your tool sprawl in a way that makes your users more effective, and actually reduces your overall spend across various?
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things about the Atlassian tools is that they're so capable, so customizable that sometimes you don't realize that you're spending 100,000 on this tool, 200,000 over there,
Exactly.
and there's a lot of duplication.
Redundancy and siloed users.
Yeah, and multiple sources of truth.
Exactly.
It confuses users so much, and it's so much better to have it all in one stack.
Great.
One last question here before we wrap up. When you're engaging with your customers, how involved is an Atlassian administrator in the conversation versus maybe a leadership?
So we actually align and collaborate very deeply with Atlassian, not only from the administrator side of, not only the administrator side of the house, but also on the front end side of the house from a pre-sales or solution architecture or an advisory or even Atlassian engineering. We find, I liken it very much to two heads are better than one. So the more people that you have on your side listening to your challenges as a customer and really thinking creatively from different avenues, I think that gives you the best of all worlds in terms of architecting in a way that is foundationally sound and scalable for the future.
Awesome. And then finally, last one, really this time for real. What was your favorite announcement so far? Just if you had to pick one.
Um, I think how deeply Rovo is being ingrained across all of the solutions is probably and it's across everything. So that's kind of why I'm focusing there. I also loved the piece around enterprise strategy and planning and how they announced that now focus and talent is going to be included in Jira Line.
I was very excited for the cost part of it too.
Yes.
I know a lot of companies that are like, what's our total cost of ownership for all this stuff? But also, what's our billing look like? What does the labor cost look like? What does our non-labor cost look like? And right now, Jira just doesn't work for that. And so it's really interesting and really inspiring that they are at least thinking about it.
They're making sure they're maximizing the value for the premium price that they charge. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, because the line is not cheap.
It's not. The piece that I try to educate customers on is Atlassian is not cheap. It is not a tool. It is an infrastructure architecture investment. And so if you want to make that investment, you need to maximize that investment. And so if you're looking for some cheap tool to do a point of sale action, then this isn't the solution for you. This is a comprehensive.
Yeah, and I think that's where the mind shift is coming from a lot of customers though, because Jira was the $10 perpetual license tool. And so definitely the Atlassian's grown up a little bit.
Yes. And we're growing up with them. So it's been an exciting adventure so far in the ecosystem.
Well, thank you so much for being here, and I'm hoping you enjoy the rest of your team.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.